Hello and welcome to your go-to sports hangout where we bring you the latest from the top local and international leagues. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Dip Dipianco. We kick things off with the much-awaited PBA 50th Finals. This is starting lineup.
Dancing, swaying, shooting.
Puts a long toss and hits a nice and backer three.
And again.
Isai tosses to Netura.
The solid finale has been set for the PBA 50th and it boils down to the San Miguel Beermen and the Talk and Text Tropang 5G. Here to talk about the highly anticipated Game 1, our buddy, basketball analyst, Gab Banal is with us here in the studio. Gab, good to see you again.
Glad to be back.
We're gonna do things a little different, from our usual conversation. We're gonna throw in some words there or some phrases, and then you tell us how it will relate to both teams. Let's start off with our first phrase, Dip.
Yeah. So our first phrase is semis dominance. So we know that both of these teams were dominant in their semifinals matchups, respectively. So can you tell us what that means for San Miguel?
Yeah, and how were they dominant in their series?
You know, San Miguel has like two imports in Junmar and CJ Perez. These guys play like an import. You know, CJ Perez scoring 40 points. I don't know who the last local who scored 40 points is. But incredible to close out that series. And of course, you have Junmar, who's not playing 100% still. He's still dominant.
And yet getting 20 rebounds still and all of that. Yeah, right? There was that game that he was hampered with the shoulder injury, and I think he had 21 rebounds still. The points were not as much, but 21 rebounds still. And how does that relate to their dominance individually, and how does it translate to the whole team?
Well, you can't stop Junmar. You can only limit him. And, the X factors like CJ Perez, Don Troliano, you have Marcio in there, Chris Ross, they have veteran presence. And also, imagine you have Wami Chongson who barely plays, and you have Jeron Teng on the bench. So this team is really deep.
And they all had their moments, during the series. Like, right. Jeron had his moment too. San Miguel, obviously, also leading that if I'm not mistaken, they're head-to-head against TNT.
Yeah, lamang sila doon sa series
6-1 yata or something like that.
But of course, TNT 5G won't make it easy for them.
For sure.
Especially what they're coming off in the semifinals. People thought there would be a Game 6 towards the end of that last game. Then nakahabol, comeback win for TNT. What did they do in their semifinals matchup against Meralco?
Like San Miguel, you don't know who the X factor is for TNT. You got lots of scorers in Oftana, you have Nambata, you have Kelly, you have Aram who's playing really well. His confidence is really high after gaining that gold medal in the SEA Games. And then you have our Pogoy who hopefully can play.
Yeah, we don't know. The questions about Pogoy going into that series. Tell me, how did they dominate their own series? If you had the question of Junmar and their in-and-out basketball, diba? San Miguel, they go in and then they spray it out. What was the factor for TNT?
Of course, TNT, we know Coach Shot's system is space and space. And you have the addition of Heading, who's a shooter who can play make. And you have the off-the-bench guys like Stingray, Nambata. And then all their five men can shoot, honestly.
Yeah.
Boy Aram and Kelly Williams. So they will stretch Junmar out. So it's interesting to see what kind of schemes we will see in Game 1.
The three-point shooting nga pala ng TNT is their weapon, Right.
Speaking of the names you mentioned, so our next phrase,
okay,
let's go to the next one. Ito, strong core, which you practically mentioned, but can you dig deeper a little? Sino ba yung may mas malakas na core dito? I know it's a tough one because San Miguel is very solid as well. TNT has those reliable guys, but what can you say again for the strong core of San Miguel?
I believe that San Miguel has an advantage because of their core. You got Mota Utua, Junmar, Marcio, Chris Ross. These guys are vets. And like what you said a while ago, they lead TNT 6-1.
Yeah.
On the other hand, TNT their players change. You know, you don't have Mikey Williams anymore. Heading's kind of new. Stinger is kind of new. And then you don't have R.R. Pugoy. So I feel like this game 1 will benefit San Miguel's score first.
Right. 6-1 in terms of the series, and if I'm not mistaken, Coach Leo Austria has 4 of those wins in that head-to-head between him and TNT.
I'm sure he's excited to go up against TNT again. But the next one is injuries naman, yung word na we're gonna bring up. And how important is that? How is it gonna play out for both teams? You mentioned the injuries. Kano kalaking bagay na hindi 100% si Junmar, and then not knowing whether R.R. Pugoy will be able to play for TNT.
Yeah, I think R.R. Pugoy is out with a hamstring injury. It's tough because it's a muscle, so you can't really, you don't have a timeline. You can only rest that muscle. And then for San Miguel, Junmar, even though his shoulder is hurting, he's still Junmar. Like, he's still a problem. 20 plus rebounds. Of course, you'll still go to him in the post. But for me, I think, it's a big loss for TNT not playing R.R. Pugoy.
There's kind of like a rest period, which obviously benefits Junmar, to rest that shoulder. I don't know what he said. I remember him watching the press conference. I think he said that he was good to go. He's ready to go. You guys will never talk about your injuries anyway. But okay, let's say the R.R. Pugoy one is big. So, what will TNT do without R.R.? Who's going to be the guy, in your opinion?
So I feel like, Stingray will play a lot more. You also have Glenn Cobuntin, who rarely plays in the last series. And also, I think they have to use Kim Aurin as like an X factor off the bench. Scrappy, plays defense just to bother CJ Perez. But of course, he can't replace an R.R. Pugoy with experience and his shooting and his defense.
Right.
You mentioned X factors. How about for San Miguel? Sabihin natin na ma-aggravate, or maybe Junmar will feel that injury even more in the finals kasi ang dami na nilang napagdaanan leading to this championship. Who will be that X factor for San Miguel that they can rely on? Who will be that guy? CJ Perez, I don't know if you'll count him as an X factor kasi we know that he will contribute, but who maybe is another guy that can step up for them?
So the thing is, with San Miguel, they have lots of offensive power. And I feel like the X factor is Don Trollano. Like, he can play the 4 position, he can stretch out the defense, and he can use the ball screen. When he plays the 4, you can also put him in a two-man game with Mota Tua or Junmar Fajardo. That spreads the offense, and it's more spacing. And I feel like Don Trollano will be the X factor for this series.
Isn't he the highest scorer off the bench, right?
Imagine that,
Right?
your highest scorer off the bench as an X factor.
Don Trollano, very good. Very good point about SMB. All right. TNT naman, who or what will be an X factor?
I feel like Stingray Nambata will be the X factor. He needs to take more shots, especially that Pugoy is out. He can create, he can play the 2, he can play the 1. If he plays the 1, Heading can play the 2. So I feel like they're gonna put Glenn Cobuntin at the 4 because because Pugoy is out. So the thing is, with the lineup of TNT is very flexible, and the lineup of San Miguel also can match up with the lineup of TNT. So it will be an interesting chess matchup.
Nabanggit mo si Reynam Batak, no? He got that big 4-point shot, and then again, of course, that win for TNT. But who do you think, coming into this championship matchup, game number 1, sino yung mas may momentum? I mean, both of them coming from wins, obviously, but who do you think had that convincing clincher in the semifinals to say na, we're good coming into the finals?
I feel like it's still San Miguel because if you beat Ginebra in the semifinal series, that's the championship for their side. So I feel like San Miguel has the momentum coming into the series.
All right, we can't wait for game number 1.
7 games na.
Sulitin na natin.
Para masaya.
Sulitin na
And
natin.
all healthy sana.
Yes,
That
of
means
course.
we will have Gab back in that series. Thank you so much, Gab,
Thanks for having me.
joining us and helping us break it down in the PBA Finals. All right, we shift to the Taraflex as we got some PVL moves to break down. Stay tuned, you're watching Starting Line. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. It has been a crazy off-season for all of our volleyball fans, and here to talk about her top moves in the PVL is our very own volleyball analyst, Aiel Estraniero.
Her
Welcome
top
back.
moves.
Her top moves.
Papakita siya ng
Oh,
moves.
may mga-
I wanna see
mga
those
set-
moves.
mga set
I wanna
niya.
see the IL moves.
Namimiss na natin yung
Let's
setting.
go.
All right, welcome back, Aiel.
Thank you.
It's time to talk about the PVL because we are 2 weeks, so less than
Oh,
2
yeah,
weeks away
yeah, right.
from the start of another conference, the All-Filipino. But for you, what are you looking forward to first and foremost before we talk about the new players in their new teams?
I mean, I believe it has been the busiest off-season for a while in PVL. A lot of transfers in terms of, player movements because of the two teams
Right.
that is not joining PVL right
Correct.
now. And I think that's very exciting because it's another opportunity for players to grow and for teams to actually learn how to utilize all the talents that they have right now. So I believe the level of play in PVL just continues to, move higher and higher every season.
Yeah, and parang nangyari, partner, is nabukasan man ng team, pero yung talent
Yep.
level ng mga ibang
Yep.
teams bumigat.
Yep.
Which means the games are just going to be crazier. So let's start with the first, move that is the headliner, I suppose, for the PVL. The move back to the PVL. She's back, Ea Laure.
Ea Laure, the most awaited
Yeah.
for sure. The talk of the town because the community has been wondering saan siya mapupunta. We know
Babalik ba siya?
Yeah,
Alam mo yun?
we know all the team wants an Ea
Correct.
Laure in
Right.
their squad, but Chocomucho won that,
sweepstakes.
Having Ea Laure in their team, and that's very big. Because, I mean, the dynamic duo of Cici Rondina and Ea Laure, I know is something that everyone is very much excited to see. But I just know that having Ea Laure back in the PVL and being in Chocomucho just adds to their firepower and that competitiveness that Chocomucho has always been known for. And Ea Laure has always got that fighting spirit, that never say die attitude with her.
Tapos tangan-tangan pa dip yung mga ibang kakampi sa UST, di ba?
Oh, kasama pa, di ba?
Alina
May-
Vicar is there, Caitlin
Yeah,
comes back.
babalik din.
Right,
Speaking of, dahil nga, of course, one thing to find your team, and then what about the fit? What do you think about the fit of Ea with these players of Chocomucho?
And Cici coming
Yep.
back, of course.
Well, definitely there will always be adjustment in any movement in players in a new team. May adjustment period talaga. But I would say it won't be like a difficult adjustment. As Boom mentioned, she has, former teammates from UST there, and I'm sure Cici Rondina won't make it difficult for Ea Laure to adjust in Chocomucho. And I think more than the adjustment period, I think Ea Laure has got a lot of national team experience, and that really adds up to her confidence and, just the maturity that she has. And I think she can carry herself in a certain way that she can easily adapt in whichever team she plays
And
for.
the fans, man,
Yep.
the fans, her fans,
Yeah.
Chocomucho fans together, that's gonna be crazy.
What about fans of Petrogas na baka lumipat sa next level
Yeah.
because their core obviously
sure.
have transferred to the Chameleons. Brooke Van Sickle, MJ Phillips, and the rest of those
Yep.
players are now with the Chameleons. What can you say about this move?
I mean, for me, it's unfortunate that Petrogas could not continue their momentum after winning 2 championships last year. But then, Nextled also did a big move of signing 11 players coming from Petrogas. Basically, the core lineup
Correct.
of Petrogas.
Para sila
is
naging
in
champion team.
Exactly, it's in
Yeah.
Nextled right now. So if you ask me if they will be a contender, yes, they will be a contender this conference. Nextled definitely will be big contenders because of all the player acquisition that they have. Brooke Van Sickle, MVP, MJ Phillips, MVP. Nextled has always struggled in closing out games, in finishing games, but they have challenged higher-ranked teams. But now they have players who have championship experience. So that problem sort of sorts out itself.
Yeah.
But again, let's see how Coach Ettore Guidetti will utilize all the talents that he has.
Sabi ni Coach Ettore, if he has pressure now to deliver because of the players that he has, I've had bigger problems in the past. He said, I welcome...
Good problems.
Yeah, I welcome this challenge. It's like a Petrogas team partner that got younger.
Yep.
It's that yung younger core, kasi nandun pa rin sila Permentilla, ngayon all of these other girls, and then Jules Tolentino will, in the confidence that she had in their championship run, will now be with them. So From the holdovers of next led, sino nakikita mo partner na who will have a major role?
I mean,
there?
Lian de Guzman has,
That's right. Yung pa pala.
had a good rookie conference. She was the leading scorer for next led. From the get-go, she proved that she belongs in the pro scene. But I think what's extra motivating now, especially for the players coming into next led, is yes, they have all the experiences of championships, but next led doesn't have a history of this.
Yes.
So now they will have the opportunity to start that legacy building in terms of, being contenders, being, the big team now in the PVL.
Winning culture.
Yep, winning culture.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining to see the mix of veterans and the young core of next led. Now, let's talk about another big move. Veteran legend Aiza Maizo Pontillas, di ba? Part of the Galleries Tower high-risers. We had them on the show, some of the new acquisitions of Galleries Tower. They were excited, they were ecstatic na magiging kakampi nila si Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
I would
diba? But how big is this for a young franchise, for a young team, to have someone like her lead and guide the young ones?
Oh, that's huge for them, for sure, because like the other teams before who were young, we're talking about Zeus Coffee, Farm Fresh. The issue has always been, where is the veteran? Because you will need a veteran in the team. Then veteran players came into these teams, and Galleries were sort of left out in terms of, that kind of picture into their lineup. And right now, they have Aiza Maizo Pontillas, probably the most veteran in the team. I think it's really her leadership and experience that Galleries will have the luxury of learning from. But I'm also interested how she will react to this kind of environment. She's always played with other veteran
Correct,
players,
yes.
and now she is playing with
Young-
young,
youngsters,
really
yeah.
youngsters, and players coming from all different PVL teams. So this is a team for sure, compared to all the other teams, who will need to build that chemistry, that team cohesion, and she will be in the forefront of that, in the center of that. And she's always been quiet in the timeout, so it's interesting to maybe I'm quite excited to see if she'll be more vocal, if what kind of leader she will be for the Galleries.
And she hasn't really been playing a lot recently also. So I'm also interested to see how much are they going to use Aiza in this new team of theirs. So we will, I guess, wait for that.
Yeah.
And we're happy for Galleries and, of course, our friend Juju
Yes.
na makakasama niyan. All right. There was also a haul in the side of Zeus and Farm Fresh.
Yes.
And it's not yet been decided where these players are, but who are the big players that you're looking out for?
For SJ, definitely Aragalang, probably one of their biggest acquisition. Aragalang has had, a very decorated collegiate career in the pros even. I think she's one of the players who embraced her versatility. She played open for her entire career till she got into Cheritigo, which she was converted as an opposite. And I think that gave her, an added skill set and actually gave her the advantage compared to other players also having to play both positions. And I think that's something that Zeus Coffee or Farm Fresh will be able to enjoy as well. But regardless where she goes, what team she goes for, I'm just sure that she will be able to contribute. And that also just means that, Farm Fresh and Zeus are coming in with a stacked lineup this conference.
Yeah, she had that resurgence, diba? No?
Yeah,
Past couple of conferences,
For sure.
nag-finals pa yung Cheritigo.
She's
But
in great shape.
yeah, whether it's Farm Fresh or Zeus, what does she bring to the table? And I don't know kasi.
Ito mas maganda
Parang
ang
alam
tanong,
ko nga
partner.
yan
Saan mo siya
Yun
gustong
nga eh.
makita? Kung ikaw lang, where do you think will she be needed more? Of course, marami tayong hindi alam, but, just as a fan, where do you think?
Baka nakikinig sila, biglang pakinggan yung sasabihin.
Definitely, Farm Fresh will benefit
Okay.
from the experience of Aragalang. Trisha Tubo is a spectacular
Yes.
opposite,
Yeah.
attacker. But she also, I believe when she sat here in the show, she also mentioned she has much to learn from, the experiences, their loss, especially, I think, in that quarterfinals. They swept the
Right.
Reinforced Conference. They lost in that one game,
Right.
a one-game match. So she's still young in terms of handling the pressure of the bigger games.
I see your
so
point.
having Aragalang in that
I see.
position
I
who
see.
has that experience in handling pressure and just facing it and just being able to play her game despite the pressure, know that the environment and the game is putting into her is going to be big for Farm Fresh.
Hope you guys are listening. That's free advice that you did not have to pay for from Ayel Estranero. Thank you very much, partner, for giving us your thoughts. We're so excited for the 31st of January for the opening of a brand new PVL season. Now, we head over to some international hoops after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. The Japan B.League All-Star Weekend has just wrapped up, and our correspondent Frannie Reyes was there to bring us the latest from Nagasaki, Japan.
Hey, I'm Frannie Reyes, and we are in sunny Nagasaki City, Japan for the B.League All-Star Weekend. And for day one, it's Media Day. Let's catch up with some of your favorite Filipino ballers. So tara, samahan niyo naman ako. Your favorite Filipino ballers kicked off All-Star Media Day catching up, cracking jokes, and even jumping on the mic for their B-League podcast episodes. Ray Parks Jr. and Francis Lopez shared plenty of laughs, giving us a glimpse into their friendship built beyond the hardwood. We saw these elite athletes loosen up with throwback photos, games, challenges, but we also sat down with each of them to go deeper.
He was winning till the final four until Miguel hit the shot. This was Miguel when he hit the shot.
So right after you got cut.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just got stitches over here too. That's why I'm all taped up.
I think it was the mustache to me.
Oh man.
It was the mustache that got me.
Kiefer Ravenna may no longer be the young phenom, but he's embraced the role of guiding the next generation.
But yeah, I mean, that responsibility still holds on. And I feel like I have to carry that even though, there's no more young phenom. It's the old phenom now. So it's getting there, phenom. That's what we call it now. So, but again, it's the experiences that I'm willing to share to a lot of players, not just Filipinos, also the Japanese players, the teammates that I'm with out here. Kasi I'm just very happy to see a lot of people be successful in their careers.
It's a mindset Ray knows well, having also been in the league since 2021 and fully owning his Tito status.
Oh, for sure. I'm Tito now.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm Tito now. And like I said, time flies. And for me, it's just mentoring the young generation. At the end of the day, we're setting this stage up for them. And we're grateful, like I said, to the B-League for giving us the opportunity for that, to open doors to the Philippines, to the local talent, the homegrown talent, honestly. So I'm pretty close with my brothers, Kiefer, Dwight, everybody, because we're all representing our country out here. And we're all stewards to that.
For Francis, this weekend marks a big first in his very young professional career, although he's keeping his dunking tricks under wraps until contest time.
Sa ngayon, sekreto muna. Hindi ko muna sasabihin. I just gotta do my best and just pray for it, I guess.
AJ Edu and Dwight Ramos joined later in the day, with Dwight nearly missing out thanks to Hokkaido's freezing weather. Safe to say he's already enjoying the warmer Nagasaki.
I just look forward to the All-Star because every year it just keeps getting better and it's more bigger, more fans, more the shows and presentations, everything is so nice. And then obviously I get to travel to a different city and take a break from the snow. So
Is the snow that bad? Well, you're a
it's just
Cali
a break.
boy,
I like
so
snow,
maybe.
but sometimes a nice little break. And so that's pretty much it. I look forward to it because it's just a fun break in the season too.
AJ, meanwhile, is happy to be back in a city he called home last season. This time, even more special as he gets to share it with his wife.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of factors that make it very meaningful. I mean, as you said, my wife being here with me now, and then also coming back to playing in the Nagasaki and Happiness Arena for the first time since I left the team. So, it definitely means a lot to play in front of these fans. I loved them when I was there last year, and I still love them. And it's been cool. I mean, even walking around a little bit, that they still remember. So, I'm looking forward to playing in front of them again.
But of course, no All-Star Media Day is complete without jersey and merch signings to cap it all off.
Well, that was fun, but we're just getting started and action continues tomorrow, only here at the B.League All-Star Weekend.
Thank you so much, Frannie Reyes, and thank you for joining us. I'm Dip Dip Yang.
I'm Boom Gonzalez. This has been Starting Lineup.